Hey, Pretty and Pride listeners. This week we keep it short, sweet, and chatty, and we add a new segment. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay. I don't fear no man, but I'ma still put 60 in this Drake. Set it off like Queen Latifah, nigga playing with my cake. Split the bag up with my brother, 50-50 what we made. I can't let no nigga eat that ain't contribute to this plate.
Welcome back, Pretty and Pride listeners. I'm your host, Kiki. And I'm your host, Ken. You know, last year we took so many trips. There was so much happening. I felt like we were never hurting for content. So, and I feel like we're not really this year either yet, but it just feels like we don't have anything going on week to week specific to our lives. And because I've been so deep in the throes of C-dramas, I'm not paying attention to a lot of other stuff. So last week we mentioned watching Real Housewives of Potomac. I think I get an extra week to do that. Mm-mm. You're on season 3. I'm on episode -4. Okay, I'm on episode -1. You're on season 4. But if there's one thing about me, is I get her done.
No,
right?
no. Because all week I've been calling you. First of all, I started Potomac and was enraptured immediately. Called you and was like, oh my God, this is actually really good. And it's pretty easy to get through because the first couple seasons are only 12 episodes, including the reunions. So I call you, tell you to start watching. Yeah, I'll get to it. I will get to it. All week, I was reminding you to get to, just starting
Hey,
it.
my time is my time, okay? I asked you to watch Heated Rivalry 2 months ago and you haven't started it yet. Sometimes you're just not in the mood. So I will get to it, but just because I don't do it on your time doesn't mean I'm a failure.
But I told you I wasn't going to watch it. I didn't say, okay, I'm going to watch it.
And then you said you would. And then you said, yeah. So ultimately, fine. I said I'll watch it. Just because I didn't make progress exactly as you wanted me to make it does not mean I'm a failure.
Okay, I want everyone to recall that you came up with the proposition of doing 1 episode a week, and I told you that if we did that, we would be in our graves.
Yeah, but once you got to episode 4, season 4, I said, even if I got 1 episode right now, what's that really gonna do, realistically?
We'd be in our graves doing 1 episode a week. You could not even do the 1 episode.
I could have, but you shot it down. If it was just 1 episode, I would have sacrificed. Ultimately...
That's how you start. You start with 1 episode. You didn't even start.
I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I need to do it. And I don't need to hear anything from you about it.
So ultimately what you're trying to say is we have absolutely nothing to talk about in terms of Real Housewives of Potomac because one of us did not even bother trying to watch it.
Yeah. Yep. That is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So, but, maybe next week.
I mean, last season was a lot of us trying to get into the groove. We were figuring out, first of all of the technical aspects of everything. So an episode probably felt successful and content dense because there was a lot of stuff happening around us at the same time. Yeah. Now it's like, actually, we're in real world avoidance, quite honestly, because everything that's going on is pretty much just diabolical.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's going on in your fucking world are the 32 iterations of Chinese drama stories that you're watching.
Reborn. So. They're so fun. I don't even know, As a matter of fact, we got to wrap this up. I got 40 episodes left on the one I want to finish today.
I'm really glad that you're going through this because I feel like you're finally starting to get it.
I do get it. The problem is that as soon as you finish one,
No.
I did 2 scrolls on TikTok. I'm like, there's another one.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And I saw some comment. They're like, I haven't gotten any of my housework done because I just keep finding more C-dramas. And so I was like, we're going to end up homeless because I'm going to get kicked out of my house for getting nothing done. And that's the only, I'm going to lose my job because all I can do is watch C-dramas. And you think you're getting through it at a fast pace. And then before you know it, all day. It's gone.
When I first started reading my stories, I had an abundance of stories. And then at some point I came to the conclusion that, I don't know what it's like for you, but I was like, I can't do stories that are still ongoing. So now I'm only doing completed stories. Well, there's a litany of those. But once I've gotten through those, now what happens is I finish a story, I go back to the browse page, I go look for a new completed story, and then I have to look for things that I don't want to read about. Okay, I don't want to read about this thing happening, So now I'm very limited, but there's always more content. And then I've read through all the completed stories. Sometimes I've read through them more than once. Now I'm like, okay, well, I still need to read, so I guess I'll go to the ongoing as long as there's more than 50 chapters. So I get it.
Yeah, I feel like my problem is that if
They'll never stop running out of the same story to tell you over and over again.
And well, so one, I really like watching them on TikTok versus YouTube. So if I don't engage with them soon enough, then they stop giving them to me. But then what I'll see is ads for other ones, but they're not like ads. It's like those AI voiceovers about a different C-drama. So sometimes I do go find those on YouTube. But then I'm like, no, I really want to watch them on TikTok. It's so easy to skip past the ads on TikTok. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't do 100 episodes right now. I need something with 60 episodes. I can really get into that. I can really dig my, So if it's around 74 or less episodes, I always want to watch it. If it's 90 or 100, I'm like, I gotta see. So then I open the comments and some people are like, don't waste your time on this one, And if it's one of those crazy, bullying plots where the female lead is like, I'm gonna leave in 30 days, so I'll suffer the utmost indignities before I no. So I there's certain things that I
We cannot spend the next 27 episodes of this season listening to you reiterate and rehash the fact that you're just watching C-dramas. There's just not enough.
What if I switch to K-dramas? J-dramas?
I just don't think.
Okay, fine.
I just don't think we can do it. Basically, an entire season that ends. Maybe if it ends with an intervention, but just listening to you talk about how you're constantly trolling the internet.
I had to listen to you talk about your boy love stories for years now, and you can't even stand weeks.
Never heard me talk about that.
I always hear you are like, "Yeah, leave me alone. I'm trying to read my smut." So on every plane ride, on every vacation, on every outing. So how dare you throw a fit 3 weeks into this?
I just was reminded of the fact that Samsung came out with this new phone that you can initiate like a privacy screen on. One of my biggest issues with my reading smut on my iPad is that there's no privacy screen for an iPad that's like good. That at least that stops all directionals. I can stop someone from looking, top to bottom, but not side to side. So that's the problem. So sitting next to people on a plane, reading my
you got to do. Girls got to do what she's got to do.
And then I say, what? Yeah, you're gonna get into this. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out what it's about. Fuck around and find out.
There's a lot of pictures with that.
That is true. It's not like I'm reading a novel and I can be very, discreet.
Exactly.
But just imagine all the people that were flying when Heated Rivalry was out and how they had to probably continue watching that while they were on their planes. And, everyone's just got to get comfortable with the fact that men in relationships is what I want to watch.
I'll watch someone's whole movie behind them in a plane.
Oh, for
while
sure.
I'm watching my own, I'm like, well, what do they got going on over there?
I loved having Jurassic Park on my screen, and then someone else is watching Mission Impossible.
I'm like, that's perfect.
That's a good time right there.
I see middle-aged men. I'm like, you're watching the weirdest stuff. How did you decide to watch that? But yeah, I'm always like, oh, what's going on in this movie over here? Mm-hmm. So anyways,
nothing to report on Potomac, but
next
stay
week.
tuned, I suppose.
The other thing I was going to switch topics.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier today that Martha's Vineyard.
That's out.
That's out. Ken looked up the rental cost, $7,000.
Low end.
I'm like, no, I'm not trying to do all that. I was just trying to have a nice, cute little, couple days away.
Cottage getaway.
Not a full, semester's tuition on this. So not in the United States. That's a international vacation.
No, thank you.
We're talking about going maybe somewhere else, and we shall see. I already feel like there's no trips, but a lot of trips this year. So I feel like it's fine. We'll be okay.
Yeah. We'll see.
The
last time when we went to Seattle, that felt like a last minute excursion.
Fun.
So I feel like that's probably what we'll end up having to do come summertime.
Yeah, we do get a little antsy, I think, when nothing is
on the horizon
or coming up.
Yeah.
So
but no, we're not doing that. It was also no logistics. So just basic logistics into going to Martha's Vineyard. It's got to fly into Boston, got to rent a car, got to drive out, got to get a ferry, got to hop on the ferry, I think with the car, and then, be on the island. I'm like,
Yeah.
I ain't doing all this.
I need someone else to plan it and invite me. I don't want to be the one planning that. So I agree. I want something a little simpler, a little more cost effective, especially for just like a random. So
especially coming out of an episode in which we told everyone like we can't fly coach. And yet the trip alone is $7,000 baseline.
Yeah. So, and I said, I'm like, I really want to save up for China more than 6 months before we go drop 10 G's on a place I don't really care about going that much. I actually don't really care about it.
So all in all, Martha's Vineyard is the one where we're actually going to have to ask our parents to make a family trip out to Martha's Vineyard that we can just come to. Everything else is planned.
Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know how far the ferry is, but maybe that's like a day trip of it versus like a whole stay on the island. Or maybe we try Nantucket or one of the other.
Oh my God. You're just saying random places.
Those are all in the same area.
They're all in Massachusetts.
Yeah. So we just try a different island.
No.
Okay.
We should go to Cabo.
No. They just took out the head of the
You know
cartel.
what? You're right. Mexico's out.
I know, not right now. Now, I'm not saying they're wrong for feeling something about it. I'm just saying that I don't want to go for now.
I'm not following whatever's going on in Mexico. I just know there's stuff happening there.
I think it was the head of one of the cartels was assassinated, and it got really crazy, and what do they call it? The purge siren started ringing, and
Purge sirens.
they're like, everyone's in fucking danger. So that's why it's like, okay, let that calm down. So, anyways, we're just talking about sea dramas and travel again. Let's try something.
I tried to get us to talk about something else.
I mean, how much time do you think we could take up with Potomac, anyways? You talk about it.
I mean, we've never tried. No, that's not how this
There you go.
works. That's not how this works. I mean, I guess you raise a good point in that, like, last season, I felt like we came up with a lot of content-dense things, but I feel like our groove is in a lot of the things that we enjoy and talk about on repeat. Like, we talked a lot about Tom Cruise. Talked a lot about Mission Impossible. Okay.
Love Tom Cruise.
We're just irritating people, probably. But as far as, like, we haven't really gotten into, like, anything notable about this week.
I mean, we had very delicious Indian food on Wednesday.
Yes.
That was very cool.
Okay, so I think the thing to talk about this is, like, the four of us, you, me, my husband, and a friend of ours, went and had Indian food not too long ago at one of the newer restaurants in town.
And it was trying to be very fancy Indian food.
It was definitely trying to present itself as this
fusion,
elevated experience of Indian food. Like the decor, the vibe. It was an annoying dining experience because literally every person who worked in this restaurant at some point stopped by the table to say hello.
Within a few minutes of us sitting down too.
Like,
so it wasn't like spread out. I literally looked at Ken. I was like, I'm so socialed out. If one more person says anything to me, I'm gonna.
And it's not because we're like local celebrities here.
No.
Like it's not because they watch the pod and
They would
like
just walk over, everyone from the manager to a waiter that wasn't our waiter, like
a sommelier.
Hey, how are you guys doing today? Good.
Yeah.
Like not even asking like, hey, I want to introduce you to something. Like everyone's just asking how we were, and it's like, okay, I'm done with pleasantries now. Yeah. We've done our damnedest.
We've barely looked at this menu.
Yes.
And at least 4 people had walked over and,
Mind you,
themselves.
this restaurant also has a DJ in the middle of it. So I'm like, I mean, so many times you go to eat, like, I don't like all this noise while I'm trying to eat. So DJ, overly customer serviced in a way that wasn't actually servicing me. It was actually just pestering me, And
a menu that would imply with pricing that you were going to have some type of, excellent food or cuisine. Now, no.
It was just okay. Like, if the prices weren't as bad, I've said this every time, like, it would be fine, but I wouldn't go back there or take anyone there. It was very expensive. I want to say it was over $400 for 4 people, and it was nothing impressive. It was nothing of the sort. And the portions were very small, And they upcharged for a lot of things, like,
Yeah.
and that's annoying.
Chutneys.
Yes.
Which the place we went to recently
They also did that.
So terrible dining experience.
Yeah.
So another Indian restaurant had recently opened up that we'd been wanting to go to, but everyone's schedules being chaotic and whatnot, couldn't really find the time. So I finally decided, like, I made a reservation for 4 and just invited everyone who could attend. And we were all very excited. We got to finally go to this restaurant we've been wanting to go to. Very different ambiance, I would
Yeah.
say. Much like cooler, I would like a cooler vibe.
Yeah.
Overall. And then the menus were similar in their pricing points.
Yeah.
But the food quality was much better.
It was.
And so,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, getting to the end of that meal and having it be the same price actually reignited my fury.
We were actually shocked because we love to play Price is Right rules over under on the check. So depending on what your mood is, like either after tax, I always do pre-tax. What do you think the cost was? And
we're being stupid.
We're like
$500.
Like we ordered a lot, and no, it was honestly probably cheaper or at least on par.
Yeah.
But this place, it was good food. I will say I don't like if I order butter chicken, why do I have to order the rice on the side? That's actually silly city.
That's
but
ridiculous.
Fine. But fine, because it was still cheaper than the other place. But like that type of stuff, I'm like, I mean, how much is rice? Give me some effing rice.
I don't like that.
And I felt like they took a lot of time in between courses. I didn't feel like the service was friendly, but it wasn't great. When we sat down, they didn't give us any menus, and they kept coming up to the table. Now we were waiting for someone, the last person in our party to arrive. So I was like, I don't know, maybe it's I couldn't make a stink about not having the menu because we can't order it yet anyways. Finally, our friend arrived.
Okay, she was 3 minutes late. Like she was
She's
not
5 minutes late, which is fine. But no, we were early. That's
we
the
were
thing, too.
early, and she was 3 minutes late.
Yeah, so it wasn't her tardiness.
I looked at my watch. I still gave her shit. Clearly, we're still giving her shit, but it was not a diabolical.
No,
amount
more
of time.
so that I couldn't. As much as like we're sitting there for 5 minutes already without the menus. What am I gonna say? Like but I'm like maybe. So finally, when our friend arrived and they sits down and the waitress comes back over, and she's like, "Can I get you guys anything to drink or something?" I was like, "We would really like to see a menu. That'd be aces."
Yeah.
So and again, I thought they really spent a lot of time in between the courses, which I didn't like that much.
Yeah.
Because if I'm so bored, you're taking so long that I'm getting on my phone.
There
That's not
was
a
that
good sign.
moment
That's
where
not a good
dystopian society, all 4 of us are on TikTok
And I
Reddit.
usually never do that. So,
Yeah.
but I'm like, this is boring. I don't know what to do. And then the other thing is, which we talked about at the table, while the food was good, is it better than my local Indian restaurant that
That's
is normal price?
and includes the rice.
It was not necessarily better. Like definitely not, the butter chicken was not better.
No.
And even the garlic naan was not better. They had more interesting dishes, but the basics, no, it wasn't better. But it was a cool place. I would go back. Like if someone were coming into town, I'd say, let's go there. So.
Yeah. I think that, so we have like probably two local, like there's our local spot and there's our, okay, if we're going to try and go a little bit further out, there's another spot that we really enjoy hitting. Those places, both very good and reasonably priced. The 2 expensive Indian experiences that we've had within a short time frame of each other, one was superior than the other.
Yeah.
The other is like if you had an enemy coming into town and you wanted to give them a good recommendation to waste their time and money, like you would send them there. Because that place, I mean, I was pissed off. Yeah. Like there's nothing worse than going to a restaurant like that. Service is kind of annoying. Price is crazy out of this world. The food's mid, and then the Google reviews are 4.7. You're just like, what am I doing right now? You know, like I know these people. It definitely seemed like a place that people who go there don't like Indian food. That was my takeaway from that restaurant experience, because there's no way you have had your local Indian spot, went here and we're like, this is great value. This was well worth it. Like, no.
And I also find that the nicer ones they have obviously smaller menus, which is fine, be more refined. But like, as much as I love butter chicken, maybe I want chicken korma. Like, I mean, I feel like there's so many more options at the other place too. Yeah. Whereas I feel like if I want that same, what's that, the base of a butter chicken and
masala?
Yes. Chicken if I want that same base, there's only one option. And it's like, I want some, I want to mix it up nice. So anyways, but I did really, like, if I were hosting someone and I was like, let's go out for a fancy meal, I feel like that place would be fine.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the spice was right, honestly.
Yeah.
There was no, like, how spicy do you want it? It's getting the spice that it needs.
And some of it was very spicy, but it was good.
I agree with you in the sense that, like, sometimes it's very intimidating for me at Indian restaurants because I want to try everything, but I only have, believe it or not, there's only one stomach. Looks can be deceiving. And so, like, I do try to, I'm someone who, when I order food for most cuisines, when I find something I like, I typically will always order that thing. And so a restaurant like that where the menu's different in some ways forces me to try something that I probably wouldn't be trying if I was ordering from, like, my local spot, which is nice. Because sometimes the local spot's like, I'll try something new, but I'm intimidated and I can never remember what it was that I liked other than buttered chicken.
Love me some buttered chicken.
Chicken's so good.
But one day I just had the idea to start ordering chicken korma and I like it. So like it tastes the same.
You honestly can't go wrong.
Cashew sauce.
Like, truly, like, there are some dishes where it's like, okay, I probably wouldn't want to get that again.
Yeah.
I love Indian okra dishes. I've had some that have been really good, and I've had some that are just kind of like, meh, whatever. But overall, like, I'm never going to be mad about having some, like, hot stew type, salty, savory, delicious food.
Sop it up with a biscuit. I remember when we went before one of the concerts we were going to, and we ordered like we normally would, and we had so many leftovers, and we felt so bad because, first of all, those are delicious. I do want to take them home, but they were going to sit in the car all night, so we're sorry.
Yeah, and you can't let rice sit out, like, and get room temp. Like, you'll poison yourself. Like, no. Like, the bacteria that grows on cold rice, it's like, I just found this out, apparently. Like, so you can't reheat rice. I never knew that.
Yeah.
But I was like, we would have died. Yeah. Because I think we ordered, like, a biryani. Couldn't get through it. So good.
I love me some biryani. Yes. I love that.
Oh my God. I was rewatching my TikToks and there was one where I had said, like, I had just ordered biryani from our local spot. And I was like, oh my God, it's not something I normally go for. I definitely go for more of the butter chicken, curry stew type dishes. And I was like, my TikTok was like, oh my God, biryani is so good. It reminds me a lot of Persian kebab. And you were in my comments like, don't piss me off right now.
Been talking about biryani since the first time I went to India. No one ever listens to me. But I'm like, I love like a biryani for the table, then get your regular dish. But it can be very filling. Sometimes they have the meat with bones in it. I'm like, don't do that to me. I hate doing work for my food. Like, I don't eat seafood.
Yeah, but shrimps with tails on is crazy.
I'm at lunch with my friend, and they're having to pick every shrimp out of their pasta. I'm like, this is insane. Like, I can't believe you order this and enjoy doing all of this work. There's like 7 shrimp here, and they're mixed into the dish. If I were a shrimp eater, would ask them to remove the tails every time they send it to me. Kind of like with a wedge salad, I ask them to chop it for me. Yeah. And when you learn those things in life, that's when you really start to evolve in the upper edge. Like, I'm not doing all that work for my food. You need to bring it to me so I can shovel it into my mouth as quickly as possible.
It's the same with crab legs. It's like, I don't want to do all this, honestly. Same with the lobster tail. Most of the times I'll put the lobster outside of the tail and, like, for whatever reason, they still need to bring you the carcass of the tail. It's like, okay, this is interesting, but it's like, I feel the same way. It's like, crab legs are delicious, but it's so much work.
I can't do that.
And I'm like breaking fucking shells into my hand. I'm just like, all right. And then the payoff is so slim sometimes. You're just like, this is too much. You know what? I'll just have my imitation crab with my sushi. I don't, whatever.
That's why I also know that I don't really go to Korean barbecue or those type of places because I don't want to cook my own food when I'm out.
I know. It's like so disappointing. I think about this all the time with like hot pot shabu shabu. It's like I'd love to do it, but I don't eat beef, so I need a separate pot. Number one, I'm already annoying because I'm like I need a separate pot. I can't have my food cooking with all yours. But now I gotta keep a timer. I'm doing it. I heard my friends. I gotta put the meat in and the veg. It's like okay,
it's too much work. My friends were coming into town. I think I said this, and she with her spouse, they were like, well, I want to take Kiki out for some Korean barbecue. And my friend looks at her spouse. She goes, Kiki don't cook her own food. she's not going to do that. So then they invited me. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to cook it though. You guys have to cook it all. And they're like, no, we found specifically a Korean barbecue place that cooks it all for you. They like bring it to the table, they throw it on, they come back, they turn it, and then they take it off for you. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, they
Someone
get it.
gets me.
I'm with you because I also don't feel like I should be paying to cook my own food
Yeah,
because
it's
I could
insane.
just go to the grocery store if I was
Yes.
going to do that and then go cook my own food. I don't need to rent space to do this.
I'd rather never eat it than have to put up with that. So I'll go, but every time I've gone, I've told someone, I'm like, yeah, but you're doing all the cooking. And they've always agreed. Even our poor nail lady on her birthday invited us out for her birthday. She spent all night. I was like, I don't feel right about this.
You know what? I feel like that was also, but like just how we have our own picadillos, right?
Yes.
There are probably people, it's like they have their own things too, you know?
Oh,
Especially
100%.
if it's a cuisine that like it seemed like they had eaten that a lot. Like they probably have their own thing where it's like, I don't want anyone cooking my food either.
Yeah.
I'm looking at us like, I know you can't even cook this food.
She's like, I feel like she tried to be accommodating because she had certain meats that she wanted to eat, and she was like, "You guys pick." I'm like, "Why don't you just tell us what you want?
Stop playing this game with us.
Stop playing with me. I'll eat whatever. You know what's high quality meat and what's worth paying for and what's not."
Yeah.
So, anyways, but yeah, okay.
All right.
We're big fatties, and once again solidified. Great. Do you have any weekly ins and outs?
I feel like we should try to do a type of game of some sort. Quick game. And then we can do weekly ins and outs.
Okay, what's the game? Read my mind?
I think it should be something like, yeah, something like that. Like what's your
spy.
biggest fear? Or like just 5 questions and we
Okay.
answer like kind of like a get to know you type thing.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want me to ask you a question and have an answer in mind for myself and
Yes.
see if you can guess it? Or
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's try it. Let's see.
wanna try
Let's try
that?
that. Yeah.
Okay. What's my go-to karaoke song?
Okay. I don't know this, but what I think you should do is I'm going to cover my ears and you should whisper it into the mic and see if I can get it.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
La 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 la.
Okay, so my go-to karaoke song is Landfall by...
Ready?
Oh, wait, no, hold on.
Oh my God. I covered my ears for so long.
Hold on. Okay, my go-to karaoke song is Landfall by Fleetwood Mac. Okay. Oh, no, I said it wrong. Hold on. My go-to karaoke song is Landslide.
She's pissing me off, chat.
Fleetwood Mac.
I can't stand her right now, actually. I'm about done with this game.
Okay.
Are you done yet? Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you tell me the genre?
It is, I would say like, it's probably classified as like pop rock.
Pop rock.
It's a popular rock song.
I don't know it. I'm going to say My Own Worst Enemy.
If I have to ask who sings that and
Lit. There's no surprise to me. I am my own worst enemy.
Okay, so let me try and help you. I'm gonna guide you.
Okay.
It is sung by a female that is part of a group, and it is like when I say
Is it Fleetwood Mac?
It is Fleetwood Mac.
Okay. Is it it's not Silver Springs, I'm sure. I'm sure it's not the one our cousin walked down the aisle to. So it must be their other most popular song. Is it really? Hold on. I can't remember what it's called. But it's one that's on my playlist that I don't like that much. I'm sure it's not Landslide. That'd be crazy.
Why would that be crazy?
Is it Landslide?
It's Landslide.
That's insane. You like to take a room down. I love that. I love that.
Why would that be insane?
Because I feel like it's a really depressing song.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you like to take a room
vibe.
down. Okay.
Now there you go again. You say you
That's not-
want your
that's not Landslide, that's Dreams.
freedom. Oh, that's also a really good one.
Landslide is one. Took my love, took it down.
Okay. So we're gonna have to hold on. Cover your ears again.
What?
Cover your ears.
No, I'm not playing this. You don't even know your own karaoke song.
I did mean dreams, but I kept saying landfall.
That's staying in. That's staying in. Okay.
And then I eventually said landslide. And it's like, took my love and you took it down.
Yeah, that's landslide.
And I saw my... I could do either. But Fleetwood Mac, I should have
That's
just
a
said
good
the
one.
artist. But Fleetwood Mac is generally my go-to because I think Stevie Nicks is right in the range where it's like...
Easy to
I'm
sing.
I'm not going to karaoke during a Whitney or Mariah song. I will, but I have to know my own limits,
Yeah.
okay? I got to let someone else try and play the field with whatever they're trying to do. But Stevie Nicks' range is like right in my
really good.
pitch, I would say.
I have 2 go-to karaoke songs.
Okay, so I'm going to cover my ears.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to list them both. Are you ready? I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston and Summer Lovin', the Grease soundtrack.
Okay. Okay. 2 go-to karaoke songs. I think same rules. Can you give me the genre for both of them?
One is pop. The other is musical.
Okay. One is pop and the other is musical. And when you've gone to karaoke, both of them have been like available in every menu?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't think that this is it, but I'm going to say that the musical one is He Had It Coming.
No, that's a great one.
That's a great one. The pop one.
It's like 80s, 90s pop.
I don't know why, but I was thinking that you maybe would do Whitney, and it's Dance with Somebody.
I would do Whitney, but it's not Dance with Somebody.
Okay.
It's I Will Always Love You.
Whitney? So it was Whitney.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah,
I
do
feel like
Whitney.
it's Whitney. So wait a second. You're coming with Bodyguard?
And you know, I'm not that great of a singer, but I know how to hit that note, and I practice in the car still, baby. And every time I say Beyonce, I did good.
Belt range for
Yeah.
that. I mean, I heard that song come on recently, and I was just like, oh my God. I was trying to sing along to it, and immediately I was like, oh my God, this is a mistake.
You know, the thing is, if you're around enough white people, you got to take
That's
of,
true.
of the audience. To them, it's very good. Now, if I go to karaoke,
they think you can sing.
yes,
And I'm like,
they're like, that was so good. I'm like, you don't know good singing. Now, if I go to karaoke with my best friend since kindergarten,
oh no, you're not doing that.
I'm not doing that at all. I switched genres, which is my musical one, which is Summer Lovin' from Grease. It's so good.
You go from professional chanteuse to clown. Summer love.
It's so fun to sing, especially if I do the other part with you.
Oh my God. I was just telling someone, I was like, no. I literally say this all the time. I'm like, no, I can karaoke. Whitney can sing.
Yeah.
I karaoke.
It's not the same. Yeah.
These are not the same. You think it's singing. That's what you would call it. No one,
No.
there are only a few people in the world that are singers.
And also, it has to be loud, like in a car, you know? Like, if it's barely a backing tune, I'm not belting Whitney, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but...
I would say my backup, again, not very fun vibes over here, but my backup, I love singing Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey.
That's a good one. My best friend for kindergarten is real. That's actually how I ended up loving that song so much, because she did it at karaoke one time, and I actually have a video of it. It's really good.
Also in my vocal range where it's like, okay, it's not gross and terrible of
Yeah.
me to sing it. Yeah, there are more fun ones. It's always fun to do like Backstreet Boys and sing
Yeah.
Britney, like the classics from the 90s where it's like you didn't really need good vocal talent. You just need to have a good time.
I think Britney's a great vocalist. She's really good. And yeah, she's good.
I'm not gonna besmirch Britney. She's one of the most famous people ever of all time.
Every time I try. I think she has an interesting range, you know? She could do... I think she's a pretty good vocalist.
What I love and adore about Britney Spears is that when I think about You Drive Me from Hit Me Baby One More Time to You Drive Me Crazy to
Toxic.
Yes. To Stronger, I'm like, this woman always came out with a mega hit.
To the Blackout
banger.
album. I miss American dreams since I was. I mean, she
Womanizer, like the circus
too
album.
good.
It was just like, okay, like she was always recreating even her sound, her look, and like the energy, and like unmatched.
No
quite
one
honestly,
can beat Britney Jean.
Yeah, like
in that regard.
You know,
the girlies these days don't know. They be fighting over who's the best. I'm like, oh, look, you don't even know. And this was pre like big internet where you couldn't just discover someone on TikTok. You had to be turning on your TV to MTV in the morning and catch Hit Me Baby One More Time and have your life change.
Yes.
Then you had to go out and buy a physical CD.
Then you had to watch TRL every single freaking day.
Then you had to call the radio station
Yeah.
to request it. Okay, this wasn't what none of you hoes is up to today. Okay, this was big time.
And the thing that's the thing. This is not phoning it. This is a woman who was the visuals of the music video to every time they performed the song from head to toe embodied the vibe and energy that she was coming into that song with.
Yeah, not like these. And I loved when music videos were very literal.
Yes.
You know, like exactly as you think when you're listening to the song, the music video would play out. Is what would happen, sometimes with a creative twist. These days, you're like, where did you get this from? Like, you've just made that up, you know? Like, this has nothing to do with the song. You've just decided that this is what you want to portray.
Yeah.
So cool, good for you, but I'm like, that's not what I envisioned at all.
Also, Crossroads, Britney's actually a really good actress,
really like
and I really like that movie. So.
Yeah, but I like a ton of shitty movies. Like, I actually really loved From Justin to Kelly.
No,
I love that movie.
It means nothing for us to like a movie because the bar is in hell.
The bar is in hell. Because, you know, some people, again, it doesn't have to be critically acclaimed. I thought it was an interesting concept. I don't know.
I agree.
Will they, won't they? A little miscommunication trope. Whatever. But Crossroads was good.
It was good. Taryn Manning wasn't, she was good and so was Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
And Britney, I thought, like, yeah, I was with it.
Yeah, I was with it too. I loved it back in the day when people would do a transition from music to acting. A lot of times it was very bad, but I liked to see it.
You know, I know people hate Mariah and Glitter. It's a terrible movie, but I watched that movie quite a lot. Actually, there was something about it that I liked. And for me, it's usually like the heartbreak of like these people really don't belong together. So I something was drawn. The teen angst.
I used to really
was really drawn to that.
The won't they part of a will they won't they story as a teen. As an adult, no, but as a teen, I'd eat that shit up. Coyote Ugly, all of those effing movies. I would be like, once they broke up, I would cry. Now I'm like,
loser,
leave them. Yes, and like knowing that I'm always rooting for them to not get back together.
Riddance.
Yeah,
what
right.
a freaking loser. Yeah,
every time.
Okay.
So.
Well, that was fun.
We should do that more often.
We should do that. We'll come more prepared next time because I think like I learned something, but we were both there. We were almost there.
That bitch.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Next week we hope to have
Real Housewives of Potomac. Tune in here. Happy last day of Black History Month. Thanks for tuning in. Stay pretty.
Stay prideful.
You can't
Especially if you're black.
Bitch, I move smart like a motherfucking Tesla. I'm clutching this Glock, do I look like a wrestler? Get put on your back, tryna act like a flexer. Hold on, wait, this Glock take him out like a date. She give me the pussy, I just want the face. Fuck her real good, put the bitch in her place. I'm high in the bitch, but my mind up in space.